There are many philosophers, thinkers, even physicists like Sir Roger Penrose trying to redefine consciousness. There are quite a few who think consciousness is fundamental of reality rather emergent, which is the current view. Some of these thinkers are Donald Hoffman, Bernardo Kastrup, Rupert Spira, and others. Unfortunately, their views remain in words and talks, lacking detailed theoretical components and structure, especially linking back or dovetailing into the so well-established physical theories. Donald Hoffman is the only one trying to develop a mathematics of consciousness with conscious agents. Put in other words, even if Hoffman made progress in the mathematics, he would have to make his theory support general relativity and quantum mechanics. The real expert in consciousness is fundamental are three Yogacara legends, Maitreya and his students Asangha and Vasubandhu. They didn't just talk but have built a theory of consciousness only with structure and detailed components. These components all show up in string theory, though with completely different terms. That is why string theorists don't know what string theory is, as firstly theory of consciousness is complex and secondly it is beyond their knowledge space. For example, to Yogacara Buddhism, an apple is thought to exist independently for laymen, but according to Yogacara Buddhism, this apple does not exist, or it exists only in relation to our eye consciousness in perceiving the object of seeing, ear consciousness in perceiving the object of hearing, nose consciousness in perceiving the object of smelling, tongue consciousness in perceiving the object of tasting, body consciousness in perceiving the object of touching, mind consciousness in perceiving the object of thought. Of the so-called apple, the first 5 objects above are called matter or forms. There is no other matter or physics other than these 5 objects. The 6th object can either be pure thoughts, like the freshness and color of the apple, or matter when we analyze it to be consisting of many fundamental particles. This is how consciousness is fundamental. Again, the laymen think that there is a girl called Anne is eating an apple, but in reality, there's no Anne and there is no apple. All there is are only Anne's 8th consciousness and the arising of seeds of Anne's body and seeds of apple from Anne's 8th consciousness. It is important to note that these two sets of seeds are parallel and concurrent. Specifically, it is not Anne's physical eye organ seeing the apple. We shall see in later episodes that M theory is 8th consciousness in Yogacara Buddhism and strings in string theory are the seeds. To repeat and reinforce a key concept in the first episode, we do not see with our eye organ but with visual function of eye consciousness. For example, Anne's ability to see is not with her physical eye organ but visual function of eye consciousness. The object Anne sees is not the apple but image function of eye consciousness. It is important to repeat this. The ability to see is not with eye organ but with visual function of eye consciousness, which until one understands string theory, it is extremely abstract. It is kind of energy or space. Again, to repeat this, our eye organ is only an illusion. The ability to see is not with eye organ but with this abstract space or energy called visual function of eye consciousness. The object of sight for Anne is not the apple, as apple does not exist, but the apple exists only as the image function of eye consciousness, which is rather abstract until string theory. Similarly, the ability to hear is not with ear organ, which is an illusion, but with visual function of ear consciousness, which again is kind of a space or energy. The object of hearing by knocking at the apple is not from the apple, as the apple does not exist. The object of hearing is the image function of ear consciousness.